This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 591, Productivity Advice for the Weird, Part 1, by Ramit Sethi of I'llTeachYouToBeRich.com, and I'm your very own personal narrator, Justin Malik, reading to you from some amazing blogs and books to help you optimize your life. A big thanks to Talkspace for helping me bring this content to you. Talkspace is an online therapy company that makes therapy affordable, confidential, and convenient. For a special offer just for you, come by Talkspace.com/old. That's Talkspace.com/OLD. Today, I'm starting a 3-part post. I try not to do these too often because I know it's not as fun to not hear a full post in one episode, but I really like this one on productivity from Ramit. There's really good info in here, and I strongly believe in how he breaks it down. And it's 3 times longer than the usual post I read here, so I'll read it over the next couple days. And with that, let's hear part 1. As we optimize your life. Productivity Advice for the Weird, Part 1, by Ramit Sethi of I'llTeachYouToBeRich.com. I get some version of this email every day. Quote, "How many hours do you work, Ramit? What tool do you use to manage your social media? Do you actually read 2,000 emails a day?" Unquote. All right, you want to know how I actually stay productive? Fine, I'll show you exactly what I do. No pandering, no hiding the truth. You might think I'm over the top or that my approach is weird or won't work for you, but I don't care if people think it's too much. I care about making an impact. Introducing the 3 tiers of productivity. Listen to the way most people talk about productivity. I just need to buckle down. I need to find my why, then everything will fall into place. I guess I'm just not motivated enough. Look, productivity isn't about motivation. If you think it is, you've already lost. Productivity is about understanding what you really want to do, then building systems to make it work for you. The goal isn't inbox zero. Who gives a shit? Your goal is to enable yourself to perform at your very best every day and over the course of weeks and months and years. This is how you make a huge impact. Sure, you might slip up a few times. Some days you just won't feel it, and that's fine. Real productivity gives you freedom and flexibility because you're consistent 95% of the time. Think of productivity like a pyramid. At the bottom, the foundation, are your fundamentals, things like your environment, your sleep, and knowing what you're going to work on every morning. Everybody ignores these because they're not sexy. But if you don't get these right, nothing else matters. In the middle is your psychology, like the ability to set boundaries, handle setbacks, and be positive and resilient. At the very top, the least important part, are the details. The things like, which app do you use? Everybody wastes their time focusing on this stuff. Get a life. But I know you productivity nut jobs want to know all my favorite little life hacks, so I'll show you what I use and exactly how I use it. Let's start at the base of the pyramid, the foundation. Tier 1, fundamentals. In our culture, it's a virtue to make your success seem effortless. But in reality, real success takes real effort. Most will lie to you about how easy it comes. I won't. This is precisely why the most important part of the productivity pyramid is the fundamentals: sleep, a clean environment, and knowing exactly what you're going to do. These aren't easy. You can't download an app on your phone to solve them, but they are the secret to permanently increasing your productivity. Fundamental number 1, 8 hours of sleep every night. As a culture, we see sleep as a weakness, something that can be powered through and caffeinated over. The data shows this is not true. In fact, a lack of sleep is as harmful as being drunk. And the celebrities who tell you they hardly sleep, lies. Just like they lie about rarely working out when in reality they have nutritionists, trainers, and chefs. My fundamental 80% win here is that I sleep 7.5 to 8 hours almost every night. It's not sexy. But as I'm writing this at 9:34 a.m., I slept 8 hours last night and I woke up knowing I was going to have a productive day. Here's what you might not know about sleeping 8 hours a night. Number 1, the truth about sleep makes us feel guilty. People hate hearing the reality of what celebrities eat because the truth is not sexy. It's the same for sleep, because if he can sleep 8 hours and still get a ton done, what does that say about me? Number 2, sleep tracking devices are a complete waste of money. Your sleep will not be improved with an app. It will be improved with you doing the hard work of digging into the psychological stories you tell yourself about sleep then setting up a system to drive the behavior of sleeping on time, then honoring it. Apps and devices are irrelevant. Number 3, lack of sleep makes you physically weak. On days where I've slept less, the most immediate and quantifiable measure is during my workouts. My stamina is down and my lifts are horrible. Nothing as stark as seeing an approximate 25% reduction in your dumbbell weights to realize sleep has a huge impact. Interestingly, the hardest part is often our emotional resistance to reminding ourselves to go to sleep. We find it weird to set a time to go to sleep, yet we don't find it weird to set an alarm to wake up. Get over it. Fundamental number 2, I hire someone to clean my apartment. I'm inspired by beauty. I love clean lines and thoughtful decoration, and I keep my apartment so clean that if I went blind, I would know exactly where the wooden spoon, my tongue cleaner, and my Windex are. My mantra, a place for everything and everything in its place. To help, I hire someone to clean my apartment. I found them through a friend and went through the typical questions to myself. Can't I just do this myself? Will people think I'm a show-off? My mom didn't have someone to clean our house and she had 4 kids. But then I remembered that being productive is about enabling yourself to perform at your very best every day and over the course of weeks and months and years. I could afford it and it helped me be productive, so I decided it was the right thing to do. To go even further, my real sign of abundance was moving this cleaning from once a month to once a week. Now I know that every Monday morning I'll start the day off with a perfectly clean apartment so I can get to work productively. Fundamental number 3, hear that in tomorrow's episode. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled Productivity Advice for the Weird by Ramit Sethi of I'llTeachYouToBeRich.com. Thank you again to Talkspace for keeping this show alive. They offer an amazing service to connect with therapists online and at a great price. You can have a therapist handpicked just for you and for as little as $32 a week, which is awesome. Plus it's confidential and convenient. You don't have to wait in a lobby. Definitely don't miss that. And even better, Talkspace allows you to send your therapist text, audio, and video messages whenever you want, or you can do a live chat if you want. It's up to you, and you can take it in baby steps if that's what you prefer. To sign up or to learn more, come by Talkspace.com/old, and they have a special offer for you listening to this episode. You can use the coupon code OLD and get $30 off your first month, all while showing support for this podcast. Again, that's the coupon code OLD, and you can use that at Talkspace.com/OLD. And for today's post, since we'll hear more tomorrow, I'll just say to remember that pyramid he talked about. The fundamentals are most important, so try to concentrate on that more and first before diving into specific tactics and details. That'll do it for today. I hope you're having a great start to your week, and I'll see you in tomorrow's show where we'll continue this post and where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.